All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praise unto Yahweh Shem Shai for wisdom and understanding in the gospel of this truth. Now I want to let you know that in my current location, I do not have internet access. I also do not have a Bible with me on hand. So I'm just going to let the Spirit flow, and whatever it wants to bring out, I'm going to hey, I'm going to roll through the Spirit, so to speak. I don't know how long this video will be. I can't see how long my recorder will record for. I also want to apologize if you see me move my hand and you see my nails are, they haven't been clean. I just got done with work. I was working in the garden. My gloves got eaten through over the past few weeks. So I haven't been able to afford to get a new pair. So if you see my dirty nails, then I say Salakia, but there's nothing I can do at this certain, time, so to speak. Okay, now I wanted to take this time and just to get into a few questions that I've been getting over the past few weeks. Okay, now again, I can't read the comments here. I can't pull up the scriptures here in my current location. So whatever Spirit brings to mind, I'll just reference. Okay, now the first thing I wanted to get into, man, is, the scriptures tell you that the Israelites, we shall eat our bread defiled among the heathen, okay? And the reason I'm bringing this up is because, you got a lot of brothers out there who, I don't eat pork, and it's very easy, which again, we're not supposed to be eating unclean animals. The scriptures tell you what you can and cannot eat in the book of Leviticus, the 11th chapter. Okay, so make sure you go ahead and read that chapter so you get a proper understanding of what we can and cannot eat. Okay. And as I said, this is just a response to a few of the comments I have been getting. I should say Salakia. Salakia if I stutter a little bit. It's been a long day. Anyway, I got right here in front of me. I'm not going to eat this, but I wanted to bring this as an example, man. Okay? Right here, I bought this from the local Dollar Tree. Okay? Now, I looked at the ingredients on the back of this hot dog right here. Okay? Now, obviously, hot dogs are going to have pork in it, except for the beef hot dogs. Okay? So I looked at the ingredients of this product at the store. Let's see. Yeah, I read the ingredients, but then after I bought the product, I got home. I wanted to eat it. Then something got on my spirit. It was like, okay, let me just check once again, because you never know with this kind of stuff. And it says hot dog made with chicken and pork. Okay? So, that shows you, man, you always got to be aware. Okay? Even though it says made with chicken on it, okay, or beef, it could always still have pork in it. For example, marshmallows. Marshmallows have pork in them, gelatin. Okay? Another good example. Oh, damn, it slipped to mind. What was it? There's something I found out recently. Oh, I made this discovery on my own. The Slim Jims, the beef jerkies. What I did is I spent around $70 on like 4 massive boxes. I went to what is it called? Down here where I'm at, you got something called a BJ's, where you can go and buy food in bulk. So I did that. I ended up eating them all. And as I was at my last 4 sticks, I was like, let's see what these are made out of. I mean, who would think that beef jerky, okay, let me say that again, beef jerky would have any trace of pork in it? Again, the name is beef jerky, okay? So anyway, I look in the back of the, ingredients. I would have done it before I bought them, of course. I've been eating them for years, and never would have thought that they had traces of pork inside them, okay? But I looked at the back of the ingredients, and the first thing, before it even said beef, it said made with pork, I kid you not, beef jerky was made with pork. Another thing, I was at, I believe they call it, down here in Florida, you got something called, I believe it's called Wild Florida. All right, I could be mistaken, but I believe it's called Wild Florida. All right, you also got another one called a Gatorland or Gator World. All right, I've been there a couple of times. That's a good place, but you know, if you go into the shops, they sell beef jerky there, but they also sell alligator meat. They sell alligator jerky. So I was like, okay. I mean, I'm gonna get 2 sticks of this alligator jerky. Now keep in mind, both of these sticks cost $4. But hey, you know, I'm on a vacation, so hey, you know, I'll bring something back as a souvenir, so to speak. So I do that, and guess what? The alligator jerky has pork inside of it. Okay? It's that's just a few examples, man. All right? Well, what's that's going off, man? We're not supposed to be mixing all these foods together, man. All right, now, yeah, some foods are harmless to mix together, like, you know, mac and cheese and rice or something like that. You know, beef and beans. That's not much of an issue, but we're not supposed to really be mixing, you know, like, oh, alligator meat, chicken, pork, you know, whatnot in there. All right? Oh, lamb meat, right? We're not supposed to mix all that together, man. You eat that separate. There's another thing going on over the past few weeks, where there's a group now. I don't know the name of the group. I don't know if it's HOI, the House of Israel. I know it's not GMS, of course, because, you know, GMS were the ones who made the video exposing the false doctrine. But now you have certain groups out there teaching that, you know, they show a picture of a turkey vulture, and then they show a picture of a turkey. And the scriptures say, yeah, thou shalt not eat the vulture, okay? Because it's unclean. And then it'll say, well, that means chicken. We're not supposed to eat chicken. Now that's not true. There is no verse in the scriptures that say that you can't eat chicken, okay? Chicken or chickens, and I should know because they have them where I work, okay? They have animals where I work, man. They got chickens here, okay? So you'll notice, all right, maybe whoever came up with this doctrine did not notice, or you know, I don't know what somebody would think to come up with that idea. Well, then again, to be fair, you know, I suppose if you look at a turkey, it does resemble a vulture, so to speak. Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, I've been waiting for somebody to come, so I'm just gonna check out the window every few minutes, because I'm waiting for my ride. Anyway, damn, what was I saying? You would know that chickens actually eat seeds, okay? Chickens eat seeds. On the flip side, turkey vultures, or vultures in general, eat dead animals. That is the reason why we're not supposed to eat vultures. The scriptures tell you thou shalt not eat the flesh of something that died of itself, okay? Again, that's in Leviticus, the 11th chapter, okay? Thou shalt not eat an animal that died of natural causes, okay? Because that shows that there is something wrong with the animal internally. So why would you go and eat the meat of an animal who had something wrong with the insides, man? Okay, who knows? Like swine, man, okay? Swine eating pork, that can give you worms, man. And it's true, it can. All right? Pigs were not designed to be eaten, man. Okay? You know, you got Christians out there saying, especially the Catholics, right? Oh, well, you know, but Jesus said that he came to die so I can go eat shrimp and lobster after a Sunday service, right? And, you know, it's funny because a lot of these churches, right, after they, hey, man, I gotta laugh at this because it's funny. After they have their Christmas celebration, which if you know the scriptures, you're not supposed to be celebrating Christmas. It tells you that in Jeremiah, the 10th chapter, all right? I can quote that scripture, right? It tells you that a man goes out to the forest with a hatchet They cut down a tree and they decorate the tree with silver and with gold. What is that talking about? That's talking about Christmas. Okay? It says they bring it into their dwelling place, and they basically take a, what's it called? Yeah, they take some nails and they fasten it up, just like what we do now with these Christmas trees, and they decorate the tree. That's talking about Christmas. And the Lord said that's a pagan religion, or not a religion, a holiday, so to speak. Okay? But yet all these churches, even the Seventh-day Adventists, who supposedly got the truth, which they don't, by the way, but again, some of them know what they're talking about. You're going to have certain Christians who do know the scriptures. Good example is the one brother. Here, hold on a second. Someone just messaged me. A good example would be the one brother, Stephen Anderson. Okay, Stephen Anderson, he teaches that America is Mystery Babylon, which he is 100% correct with that teaching. But then he teaches that, that blacks are not the real Israelites. Okay? He's done a few videos where he comes against the so-called black Hebrew Israelite movement, which we're not. This is not a black versus a white thing, man. Okay? You're going to have Israelites who look like all nations of people. Okay? It's called confusion of face. Okay? You're going to have Israelites who look black, which, the original Jews were so-called Negroes. Okay? It's a fact. And the Jews are still Negroes today. Yeah, hold on a second. Is it damn raining out here? Anyway. What was I saying? Yeah, but you're going to have people who are white, who actually are Israelites. Okay, so this is not a black versus white thing, man. Okay? For example, why would I be sitting here saying that the white man is Esau of the Bible, and saying that no Edomite can be saved, but yet I myself am white? Doesn't that seem like a hypocritical statement? And the answer is this: because not all white people are Edomites. Anybody teaching that, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay? I want to hit a few more subjects in this video. Okay? But I'm dealing with the food for now. Okay? But yeah, the churches, I was laughing at this. After they celebrate their Christmas celebration, right? After they got the tree in the church building, right? Sing praises to Jesus, which Jesus isn't the name of the Most High, nor the Son, because first of all, the letter J didn't come around until the 1500s or 1600s. So how could we say that his name was Jesus if the letter J did not even exist back in his time period? Okay? Let's see. Yeah, then after they do that celebration, then they'll go and, somebody got to bring the pork, right? Who's going to bring the pig? Okay, who's going to bring the ham, right? Who's going to bring the ham? It's every time, man, every time. You can't have a classic, you cannot have a classic church get-together without bringing the ham. And it's so ironic because the scriptures literally tell you thou shalt not eat swine's flesh. I don't know if you knew this or not, but if you actually read in the Apocrypha, right? I don't know if it's First Maccabees or Second Maccabees, but there's a story. I believe it's First Maccabees, the 7th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. But there's a story of a few brothers who were tortured, burned, and then killed for not eating swine's flesh, for not eating pig. These brothers, they literally got tortured and killed. Now, if eating pork was not such a serious commandment, and one that we're supposed to keep today, then why was this group of people, of 3 or 4 people, who willingly got killed and tortured for not eating pig? Does that seem a little hypocritical? How I can say, well, back then it's wrong, but now it's okay. First of all, did not Jesus say in the book of, Matthew, I believe it's the 5th chapter, start at verse 17, all right, if any man breaks one of these least commandments, he shall be the least in the kingdom of heaven. So is not eating pork one of these least commandments? There you go. You got it yourself, man. You already got your answer. Okay? Another thing as well, oh man, we got to focus on this, man. Okay? And again, I'm not making fun of you, brother. All right? I'm laughing with you, man. All right? I'm just being sarcastic with you. The one brother on there, the mind of God, right? This brother been saying, and again, we had a respectful dialogue around 4 weeks ago. We did a debate, which I'm looking forward to going on and talking with that brother. Again, I look forward to going on and having another stream with that brother. All right, because I do believe he is an Israelite. Okay, he is incorrect with some stuff he teaches, but with that being said, that doesn't mean he doesn't know the scriptures. Okay, but he's been bringing up this pre-tribulation rapture. Okay. Now, again, I don't have the scriptures here with me, so I can't get anything. I can quote stuff, but the scriptures clearly tell you. There's one point I brought up to him. I believe it was in Matthew, the 24th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. He was saying, well, the Lord's going to send his angels to gather together the elect, and then he's going to return. But I showed him in the passage, again, I believe it was Matthew, the 24th chapter. I could be wrong, but I believe it was Matthew 24. Now, what was I going to say? Right, now if you read that chapter, it literally tells you that every eye shall see the coming of the Lord in heaven, and then, what does and then mean? Meaning after, okay? So they're going to see the Lord coming first, then they're going to see the angels gathering the elect together. It says that. The scripture says that. It says they shall see the coming of the Most High, then the angels shall gather together the elect. So the Most High returns first, then those angels go out. Because first of all, brother, let's say the angels came first to gather the elect. Well, first of all, are not the angels coming on UFOs? I know that brother knows that these UFOs are God's chariots. Okay? The Most High is going to return on UFOs, man. And that's just what the scriptures say. Let's see. Right, so now we know that the angels are going to return inside these UFOs. And we know that, if you've seen the movie, what is it? Yeah, Independence Day, right? If you've seen the movie Independence Day, they took that idea from the book of Daniel, the 2nd chapter, and from the book of 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. Okay? If you read 2nd Ezra 13, there's no way you could tell me that is not talking about Independence Day. Hold on a second. All right. Yeah, but that pretty much answers that question. That's one proof that there's no such thing as a pre-tribulation rapture. Okay, that literally says in Matthew the 24th chapter. Again, I could be wrong with that because it could have been Mark, but I believe it was Matthew. I'm 90% sure it's Matthew. But again, I could be wrong. Okay, but it is in the scriptures though. I've read it on stream. Okay, it literally says the Lord shall return, and then the angels shall be sent throughout the ends of the world with the sound of a trumpet. They show you that in the movie, what is it? Yeah, the War of the Worlds. I believe it's the one with Tom Cruise in it, right? Yeah, the War of the Worlds. You gotta see that movie if you haven't seen that, man. That's a very good movie. And that shows you, what is it? Isaiah 66 and 15. Okay, for behold, the Lord shall come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Okay? And that's what the Bible says, man. It says that. Okay? So, I mean, if these guys get offended at what we say, well, the scriptures tell you, Matthew, Matthew 11 and 6, and blessed is the man who is not offended in me. Okay? I mean, there's countless examples of guys getting, upset over certain things in the scriptures. Okay, like what about, I'm not even going to bring up this situation because I already mentioned this in like 4 videos, so I'm not going to bring that up. And I'm referring to that one dude that Sakari had a debate with who said that he was Jesus. All right, so if anyone's seen that debate and watched the whole thing, then you know what I'm referring to. Inside joke. But anyway, let's see. Damn, man, I know there's a few other topics I wanted to get into, man. Oh, I got this, I got it. Over the past 2 weeks, I've been going back and forth in the comment section with a few individuals. Now, I don't remember their name off the top of my head. As I said, I don't have internet access, so I don't remember the names off the top of my head, and I can't go look right now. Okay, but there are two individuals I've been having a conversation with. I believe one of their names was Faithful Cannon, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, but you know who you are. Okay, if you're watching this video. And both of these guys, one of them, oh man, you know what, I'm gonna save this topic for last. I'm gonna deal with Faithful Cannon first. Okay, Faithful Cannon, he said that hell is a real place. Now, my first response to that would be and you've seen the response video I did to D13 Watchmen, so you should know if you watch the whole video, you should know my take on how hell is not real. Okay, but once again, just to recap, if you read 1 Samuel chapter 28 and verse 19, okay, Saul went to a witch so he could summon the spirit of Samuel, okay, because Samuel was dead. But when Samuel came back from the dead to have a conversation with Saul, Saul went to Samuel to bring him up because the Lord departed from him. Okay, Samuel was a righteous man, but Saul was the evil man. Okay, but then Samuel told Saul that tomorrow you're going to die, and all your warriors and your brothers are all going to die when the Philistines come and war against you. But guess what? You're going to rest with me. Okay? Now, wait a second. Why is a righteous man of God telling an evil man that they're both going to rest together when they die? Another cut. What about Job chapter 3? There the wicked, they cease from troubling, and the weary are at rest. The good and the evil rest together, man. Once again, Job, the 3rd chapter. You have to read that full chapter, man. Okay? Job was talking about, yeah, I wish I never lived. And guess what? If he would have died, he was saying, if I was going to die, if I did die at birth, or any other time, this is the place I would have went. And he described a place where both good and evil people rest together. So, how does that fit hell? And don't even bring up, which I'm being sarcastic because they all brought this up already. But they brought up, what is it? I believe, yeah, Luke 16, right, where Lazarus and the rich man. Okay, now if you read that, that's actually a parable. Okay, 90 to 95% of what Jesus said was a parable. Okay, it wasn't actually true. Okay, now who knows? Some of those stories could have actually happened at some time in history. Like, for example, the one ruler who gave his servants 1 talent, 5 talents, 4 talents, and 10 talents. Okay? That parable, that might have actually happened. All right? Or another parable. Let's see. The scriptures tell you, who would begin to build a building first and not first sit down and count the cost to see if he will have enough to finish it. Matter of fact, I know 2 people that happened to, man. So that's a true parable right there. That's happened to millions of people throughout all human history. Okay, so that's a true parable right there. Okay? Now, a parable, that's just a story, okay? Again, a parable, it's not actually a true story, is Lazarus and the rich man. Okay, the rich man did not go to hell after he died. Okay, that was referring to Lazarus is the Israelites, and the rich man is Esau, Edom. Okay, and the rich man, again, he had his luxury, and we Lazarus, hey, we're poor. The scriptures tell you, I believe that's Job 12 and 16, for a righteous man regards the life of his beast, but the tender mercy of the wicked is cruel. Right, so, it tells you Lazarus would sit at the rich man's gates and ask for the crumbs from his table, man. Okay, so that's talking about us. We're that poor man. And Esau's that rich man. But guess what? The tide turned, and then Esau became the poor man, and Lazarus became the rich man. Okay? And they use that, well, see, that's talking about hell. Okay, then. Well, if that's the case, if that literally is a true story, well, wait a second. How is Lazarus in heaven, but the rich man is in hell, and they're both having a conversation with each other? Okay? He said, if you read the story, it's like, the rich man asked Lazarus, okay, well, just give me a drop of water so I don't have to feel this flame. Now they'll say, see, it says fire. So that proves it's talking about hell. Now flame, that doesn't literally mean fire, man. Okay? That doesn't literally mean it's talking about hell. That flame could be talking about the heat or the kingdom, man. Okay? Because remember, these nations are not going to be treated good in the kingdom. Okay? They're going to be, hey, you're going to have to sit in a barn without a roof over your head, man, in this scorching sun. So yeah, he was like, yeah, just give me some water so I can get out of this heat, okay, out of these flames. That wasn't a true hell story, man. Okay, that's a parable. That's not real. Okay, so that answers that question. I know we have a few minutes left, so I wanted to address this. And let me tell you this. I have a close friend that I've known for 4 years now who actually believes this doctrine. He believes that the God of the Old Testament is Satan. I kid you not, there is a group of people out there who says that the God of the Old Testament is the devil. I kid you not. There's people out there. I even know one of them that I've known for years, man. He just recently came out with this doctrine. Hey, that dude's saying the Vatican's Babylon. So, hey, what the hell does he know, man? All right? That brother ain't know nothing. But again, hey, brother Rich Speaks, if you're watching this, man, I'm not disrespecting you. But the scriptures say in judgment, there is no respect of persons. So I'm going to call you out on it, man. You're completely going off. Okay? The Vatican is not Babylon. America's Mystery Babylon. Anybody who's not teaching that, you don't know the scriptures. You ain't on no level. Okay? Now, one of their arguments to prove it, this is talking about Satan, is they try to use, but what about Psalms 137, verse 8 and verse 9? Go read that, see what it says. They'll say, well, let's talk about Satan. All right? And then there's this another brother on there that I'm addressing at the same time as Rich Speaks. As I said, brother, I forget your name. I mentioned you last week when I was out on the streets teaching, and you seen that video. So you know who I'm talking about, man. You know I'm talking about you. Okay? Which again, if you want to believe that, the scriptures tell you, let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. So you believe that then. However, when you're dealing with these scriptures, you're wrong. Okay? The God of the Old Testament was the Most High. It's not talking about Satan. If that is the case, if the Most High in the Old Testament is Satan, right? Why, if you read Job, the 2nd chapter, Satan, right, supposedly God, is going to God to have a conversation. And notice, again, Job, the 2nd chapter, notice Satan is getting permission from the Most High to bring evil upon someone. Like, boom, mic drop right there, man. Okay? Or as I like to say, just like D13 Watchman, a spiritual knockout, man. Spiritual knockout. RKO. Okay? That is a spiritual knockout right there, man. You just got RKO'd. If Satan is the God of the Old Testament, why is Satan, aka God, going to God for permission to bring evil upon someone? You see how that makes no goddamn sense, man? Okay? And no, I did not just use the Lord's name in vain, because the scriptures tell you, you can ask the Lord to curse your enemies. Okay? So saying goddamn is not wrong, because you're just telling the Lord, Yahweh will curse this individual. Okay? So you can tell the Lord to curse another human being. Okay? Did not David say to curse my enemies? Okay? David said in the book of Psalms, O Lord, do I not hate those who hate thee, O Yahweh? Yea, I hate them with a perfect hatred. I count them all my enemies. Right. I believe that's Psalms 139, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But But yeah, man, I mean, it's just plain and simple, plain and to the point, man. Okay? And it's funny because he tried to say, one of the brothers tried to use, and this, I'm not talking about Rich Speaks here, but the other brother, as I said, I don't remember the guy's name, but he tried to say that Satan was the god of death, but Jesus was the god of life. But then I cut this brother 6 ways to Sunday, because there's a verse in Revelation, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's Revelation chapter 1, verse 18. All right, Jesus, this is Jesus speaking. He said, in my hand is the key of death and hell. Jesus said, in his hand is the key to death and hell. So if Satan is the God who kills, then why is Jesus saying in his hand is the keys to life and death? And hell may also add. You see how it makes no logical sense? You guys, you're not on that type of level, man. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay? The scriptures tell you, for many have deceived themselves by their own vain thoughts and opinions. Right? Just like the Baltards, man. Majority of these people, probably even many of you watching this video, which again, if you want to believe this, you believe what you want. Okay? I can't tell you what to believe. You believe what you want. But if you look into this flat earth stuff, man, something ain't right, man. Something is not right. There's definitely something going on with the world, man. NASA's going off, man. And they'll admit to you at these images of the world they give